Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch The Walking Dead season 11, the last one, episode 14. Glad to be back for an episode of The Walking Dead. At the right timing, on the right day, because that's it, the platform is working! Yes! This episode 14, I'm excited to discover it, even more because of what happened during the last episode, which was great. How it was built with all of these flashbacks to understand little by little how we ended into that situation with these characters. That was really great. And we have a lot of interesting episodes, in fact, like that during the second half of the season, about how they are built, like this episode with Eugene, all of that mood of investigation into it, which was interesting. Like they are really trying different stuff in different episodes, and I appreciate that because it's really giving something else to each episode. It's not the same thing again and again, like we are not bored by how the show is written because of that. You know, if it was only following the characters into a chronological order and just following them, and you know, one action, the consequences, one action, the consequences, it could be a little annoying, but by making that, you know, by making some different episodes like that, they are playing also with the viewers, so it's interesting and it's great, in my opinion. To do that during the final season, why not? Because this is not the final episode. Like, I think that for the 5 final episodes of this season, of this show, they can't do that anymore, to play like that with how these episodes are built. But for this ones, it's not bothering me, and even more, I think that it's interesting because they are making it great. So, something, you know, that I wondered during the last episode, it's the return of Negan, that I appreciated. You saw that, I was excited that he came back, I was excited also by the group that he seems to know now, to be with now. So I was like, cool, we're gonna have the return of Negan, we're gonna have a new group, we're gonna have new characters, we're gonna have also this situation to deal with, for sure, with the Commonwealth, now that we know the truth about what they wanted with this group, the fact that Lance, he lied and stuff like that. So that's gonna be interesting for the story. But I was wondering of his return, you know, Negan's return during this episode for the show itself, because when it disappeared, it was not that long ago, you know, if you are considering the season itself, how it was done, it was only, how many? 3 episodes ago, something like that. And when you think of how they made him disappear, I really thought that it could be for 6 episodes at least. So it feels maybe a little off, you know, the fact that it disappeared and is reappearing so soon. I wondered about it, you know, why making him disappear, but for making him return so soon, why that use of the character, and we can have 2 reasons for that. A reason for the story itself, the fact that we need this group to be introduced that quick into the season because we want to do a lot of stuff with them, and for that I need to discover the rest of the season to know if it was that reason or not for the return of Negan. And the second reason that I'm not a fan of, but that I have to consider even more now that they announced the spin-off with Maggie and Negan, the fact that for the construction of their relationship, they needed, you know, to have Negan out, to have Maggie feeling responsible of Negan being out, maybe feeling some regret, maybe being like, we miss him into the group, we really need him into the group, maybe also I really need him, you know, for their relationship, how it's evolving, maybe we needed that, you know, Negan saying to Maggie, I know you, I know how you are, I know that you're never gonna forgive me, so I'm gonna let you rule that group and I'm gonna disappear, for him to come back and her being like, no, in fact, maybe yes, I wanted you to disappear, but no, you shouldn't disappear, you should stay with us, you know, maybe it's something like that, and it's a preparation also for the spin-off that they want to make with these two. You know what I think about that spin-off? I'm really like, why not? It could be an interesting one. It's two interesting characters, it's an interesting relationship. Why not? Really, why not? But really, the announce of that spin-off right now, it's killing a part of the show, a suspense, you know, about who is gonna die or not, and what the characters are gonna do after this final season, you know, the end of the show. Like, you're killing two big questions by announcing that spin-off right now, and also you're killing the work of the writers for this season, who are really making an amazing job with these two characters and with their relationship, which is evolving, because you are implying that you are not making that relationship evolving to close that big narrative arc that we had through seasons into this show, to make a real conclusion for their relationship and for these characters. No, you are saying that in fact you are preparing the spin-off which is gonna end really their narrative arc. That's not great, in my opinion. How they did that, what they are doing with that spin-off, with this announce and all, that was really not great. I'm not gonna come back to that. I already told you why I was mad about it during the intro of the last episode. But you know, by making Negan appearing that soon after disappearing like that, is it for the show itself? Is it for the story, for this group and all? Is it really for this relationship to bring something new? Or is it just something, you know, for, again, preparing the spin-off? I have my, you know, my good side who is like, no, come on, this is just for the season, for making it great, it's to present that group, and I really want to do something with this relationship to make it evolve, to end that big narrative arc during this show, during this season. And I have my devil side who is really like, no, they're not gonna end it right there, because they want to sell the spin-off, they want to be sure that the fans are going to continue to watch stuff about The Walking Dead, you know, all of the Fear the Walking Dead, all of the spin-off announced, all of the things, you know. There is one other that I'm not watching at all, you know, the Beyond thing. I'm not watching it because I'm already watching Fear the Walking Dead, and you know that I have issues with how it's written, like it's really good or really bad. Each episodes that are really like that, and each seasons that are really like that. So it's a roller coaster, that spin-off Fear the Walking Dead. So that's enough, you know, for me, for the spin-off of The Walking Dead. For Maggie and Negan, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it or not. Maybe I'm gonna watch it on my own, but I don't know if I'm gonna react to it or not. For the one about Daryl and Carol, same, you know, like, I think that I'm gonna watch it on my own, but I'm not gonna react to it. Maybe I'm gonna make a review video, you know, at the end of the season or something like that. I will see that. But see, I'm not excited about them because, yes, it's really how they announced this spin-off which really killed my excitement for potential spin-off after the show. You already told me what's gonna happen during this spin-off, so what's gonna happen during this show, so what is gonna happen during this final season at the end. So I'm like, you know, it's hard also to be excited about finishing the season when you already know what is gonna happen after. I know that they're gonna survive, I know how it's gonna end for them. So I would be like, okay, I want to stay there for the other characters and all, but in fact, you predicted that, you announced that for the main characters, so I love the secondary characters, but again, it's not the same, you know, to appreciate, to be excited and to be in stress for them for the end. Stop talking about that. About what we're gonna have during this episode, we're gonna continue with this group. We have to continue with it and to deal with the consequences of the last episode, really. What are we gonna do with this group? Can we save them for good or not? All of these lies, all of these things about the Commonwealth, can it be revealed at some point? By who? And I didn't forget that we have also a resistance situation into the Commonwealth. And they introduced it like it was a big thing, like a lot of people are involved into it. And for now, we saw just one guy, one place, and nothing else, you know, they didn't do any other action that resistance, so I hope that we're gonna have that also. During this episode, why not, you know, episode 14, you know, I'm thinking about the second half of the season and the third half of the season that we're gonna have later, for the timing of it. At least we need to end, I think, the second half of the season with that, with a big thing happening. So why not the resistance, you know, destroying something into the Commonwealth, the Commonwealth being disturbed. Because for now, the Commonwealth has really the control on the situation, on everything. So to prepare the end of the season, the third half of the season, to prepare the end, we need them to be disturbed, you know. So why not a big action against them? Why not with the resistance? I don't think that it can be with this new group, not for now. We'll see. Let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want, like always, you have my Patreon on which you have these episodes about The Walking Dead 1 day sooner with an extended or 4 action parts. To be totally honest, for now, for this second half of the season, I only put extended reaction part, and I will put 4 action parts if it's really big episodes, you know, with a lot of things happening and I can't cut into it because I'm reacting too much, stuff like that. So check that on the description if I put the extended or the 4 action part. And let's go for this episode 14! Now I'm gonna come back as dead. That's it.
Taz, location secured, brother. Fantastic. The shipment?
Nope.
We're searching floor by floor. Sir.
What?
We've got two down after the east exit.
Go, 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 Maggie, go!
Joining us today?
Yeah. You want to have lunch later?
Yeah. Noon at the diner?
Today.
To have Daryl, you know, obeying to orders like that, it seems so weird, in a way.
Just really living up to that stereotype.
I've liked it before.
That's the nose and Dixon. I want you on Sector B. Any questions? Alright, let's get to it.
Ah, we don't like you.
You're just staring at the TV. You see, the problem that most people have is that they start to panic. But when I'm around the routers, my heart rate actually goes down. Dixon, see it?
Yes,
So
we
what?
saw it.
I handle myself the routers. Oh, yeah. It's good stuff.
We love an ironic Daryl.
Swarm's been spotted in the north perimeter. We've been decided to check it out.
Victor says we only want patrol.
Yeah, and now she wants to see what you can do outside the walls.
She really wants that, not Sebastian, please.
One more step. You die.
Fuck. No, it's Negan's friend. It's gonna be okay, guys.
You first.
Not happening. And who the hell are you?
Meg. Meg.
Jesus.
Nah, no, Negan. Calm down, guys.
Buddy,
You know each other, you're fighting with each other.
let's put our shit back in our pants and zip up. Shall we? Hey, kiddo.
Oh.
What are you doing here?
You live here.
We live here, you mean you and this new group, or also you and this lady? We understood that you were close, but more than just friends?
Andy walled up the doors behind the apartment. There's a couple in the building.
Maggie?
Hey. Hijack that convoy? No.
You sure about that? I am really sick of them asking me this.
Nah.
I didn't do it.
Doesn't matter.
It matters.
We can't leave.
They are lying.
Right?
You have to connect the dots, guys.
So we each go for what was left. We'll find a way out together. Okay, you stay here. We need someone I trust to protect him. She comes with me.
That's a little illogical, you know, for him to disappear and reappear so soon and to have already built that connection with this group. We know Negan, you know.
Somebody else. There is no one else.
We got through that.
It was your
What are you
mission.
talking about?
I'm talking about my buddy Cooper. He turned his office into a panic room. It's where he kept all this good shit, like whiskey, weed, coke. He also kept cash in it. That is what I need you to get from me.
That cash?
This is a joke, right?
Ah,
And look, my bitch mother has cut off my line of credit, so I need to come up with creative ways to...
that's why you need cash. Oh.
How these dickheads do it?
And if these guys can't shoot guns, well, they would probably get dogpiled and suffocated. You two, I know they need to do it. Is the code to the office's electric block.
Why they would do that for you, kid?
And you're gonna slime yourself up in guts. And then you're gonna walk through that swarm, and you're gonna get me my cash. For what? Hey, how are your kids doing? You just jumped 2 grades, right? And Coco, is she walking?
You're threatening their kids? Are you fucking insane?
Drop it, or you're both dead.
Not before I take this asshole's head off.
Uh-huh.
You threaten our kids one more time. Hey, who said anything about hurting kids?
You?
Saying that I can make their life easier.
Oh, you threatened them. How dare you?
We do this and that's it.
No, you can make their lives easier, but also worse. That's what he said. Oh, we need to deal with that freaking asshole at some point. He needs to have a good punishment. Not to die, but good punishment. To understand life. We need him to be banished.
What? Fresh.
Fresh? How can it be? Some people are still alive inside?
New powerful block.
Why?
Can't be more than a few days since I turned.
A few days?
Hello? The money is in here, but I'm the only one who's left. Please don't leave me. Did they force you in here? I was in debt. And then one day a man showed up at my door. He said he could get me out of it.
Already sent people from the Commonwealth on that mission.
It's okay.
And he also threatened your kids.
But only 3 of them made it inside. 2 guys that I was with, they
Yes, these two. Okay.
I locked them out, and that's when the fire went off, and I haven't been able to get the door open. You left without saying a word.
Mm-hmm.
I left because I gave a shit. I left because that's what everyone needed.
When did you find them? And your... What shooting?
Aha. What?
You're married?
Being here fits. You have a hand in putting those skulls on you.
How many times did you spend with that group? I mean,
We didn't know.
it's a question of weeks, months maybe, but not enough to be that quick connected with all of this group, fitting in, marrying the woman. For me, it's a little
Where are you?
weird, and badly written. Unlogical, Why not? But if the time jump was more important, and also, with the spin-off announced, I'm pretty sure that she's gonna die, your new wife.
Sit and stay.
What the fuck? Thank you, Negan, for that. Oh, that's the first time that the two met, no? It's you who killed my daddy? Yes, it's me. What? And she's pregnant? Did I miss something about that time jump and how long it was?
Maybe some. Yeah.
I mean, Hershel, he didn't grow up, that much, so it's not years that we're talking about.
Alright, stay focused.
Anything happens to human.
You'll have to happen to me first.
What, it's gonna be something like protect my kid like I'm gonna protect yours? Test to faire pretty enfant Maggie.
I know who he is. And what he did. And you're still with him. None of us have clean hands. All I can do now is try to be better. Just like him. Just to forget. Yeah. What matters to me is who he is now. He's someone who will never can protect you all.
I think so.
My mom told me to stay away from you.
Mm-hmm. It's so weird to have that moment.
I just think she'll like you.
You don't know?
Because of something that happened a long time ago.
Was it something bad?
Yeah, it was something bad.
Were you a bad man?
Or a kid died.
My mom told me a bad man killed my dad. It was you, wasn't it?
It was Hershel.
Yeah, it was me.
You're ready to accept it, Negan.